Hi there, welcome back. So today's video, Wayne is going to do the demo. Now we're just showing you these few molds. You've probably seen them, may have seen them in a different mold, previous mold where we did these lovely oil burners or aromatherapy diffusers. You can use them for wax melts and so on. Now we're showing you the two molds. They're slightly different shape. You've got one that's more rounded and one that's more of a cylinder mold. In this particular video today, Wayne is going to use the cylinder mold. Using aquacast, that's an eco resin, it's water based, so it's it's made by Aquacast. That is our brand of choice currently, and everything that we've used in today's video, wherever possible, will be linked in the description box down below. So what he's done is he's followed the manufacturer's instructions that are on the packaging. It's quite clear and concise, very easy to follow. Mixed the water with the powder and got this lovely thick consistency, I suppose you'd call it. To me it reminds me of double cream consistency. I think anywhere else they refer to it as heavy cream, but it's lovely. It's lovely to use. It's white in colour, quite white in colour. I know some eco resins are off-white or a bone or cream colour when they're actually cured. This is quite white when it's cured. Now what you can see him doing here now is agitating the mould. Now yes, this has been sped up because he took some time doing this. He took 2 or 3 minutes actually doing it, tapping the edges, picking the mould up slightly, sort of just bang it down on the top gently. Do this gently, and this action actually helps to smooth out the eco resin within the mold. It makes sure it gets into all the detail, all the edges. It encourages air bubbles to come up to the surface and disperse as well. Just a good even distribution, because you don't want air pockets or little air bubbles in this. Now he's just going around the top there with a micro brush. These things are invaluable, these tools, these micro brushes. Now it completely cures within an hour and a half. He took it off. He let it air dry overnight, and then he put it onto this cup turner. This is my tool here, is called a cup turner, this machine. So he did check the whole of the container, the oil burner, so that he would make sure he was happy with it. And once he was happy with it, he's put it onto this cup turner. That is a foam ball that you can see, the multicolored one, colored in cling film, or I think you call it saran wrap or plastic wrap. And now he's showing you some of these lovely inks that we got from Mia, a lovely lady who's got her own company called Make It Amazing. She makes beautiful molds, she makes inks, she makes pigment pastes, lots of other things. Why not check her out? Her details, contact information, she's mainly on Instagram, I think, will also be in the description box, so why not go over and check it out. So these were all the colours that we got, but Wayne didn't use all the colours on this. He's also using Apex resin, even, which is their regular Apex resin. It's lovely and clear. You only need a very small amount, and all he's going to do, as you can see, he's put a little silicone mat underneath that lovely cup, or container, I should say, not cup, that's turning round very slowly on the cup turner, and he's pouring out this resin a little bit at a time onto the oil burner mold, or your piece that you're going to be decorating, and he is just smoothing that resin over. So the idea of doing this is so that you get a good even coat of resin onto your piece. You need to have that. You really do need to have that. It's going to act as the vehicle that the inks use to move around your piece to decorate it. So he's just picking some bits up from the silicone mat underneath it. Obviously, if you don't put a silicone mat down, you risk ruining or damaging your work surface or the base of the machine here that he's using. There we go. He's just making sure he's getting an even coat of resin. Now the resin is thick for this, and it's ideal for use with this kind of technique, or if you do decorate tumblers or cups and things like that. this particular manufacturer's resin is brilliant. It's called Apex Resin. It'll also be linked in the description box for you. So you just continue to do that. And once you're happy that you've got an even coating, he just let it turn. He let the cup turn for a little while longer to make sure it could flow evenly, because obviously gravity is going to help with that. So as it turns round, it just moves the resin round. And once it was all evenly coated and it was smoothed out and there weren't any kind of air bubbles, he then chose the colours of inks he was going to use. Now this is called limoncello. Look at how vibrant yellow that is. Very easy to use these inks. They've got a little rubber teat, I think you'd call it, at the very top. You unscrew the lid, you depress, I think it's called depress, yeah, the rubber teat bit, and then as you let go, it draws up the ink into it. Now he's also going to use this colour's called Cherry Bomb. Make sure you give them a bit of a shake before you use them, obviously with the lid still on. Now this little bit's been sped up as well because you don't need to sit for a long time watching this process. But look at how the colour moves. It just fascinates me how the colour actually moves round. And we found that the different colours will move differently and spread differently. So you're going to have a bit of, you know, difference in colour when that happens. Now look at this. This is a dotting tool. It's very well used. And all he's doing is he's just pulling the tip of it through the top layer of this resin. And all he's trying to do is get a sort of pattern. Can you see there? A sort of pattern to emerge. Also helps to get the colours to mix a bit more together as well. Obviously, you don't have to do this. You can just drop the ink onto the resin, and as it turns, it will form its own pattern. He's also going to use Raspberry Beret. Now, this one, we'd forgotten at the time, is slightly metallic. So it'd be interesting to see if that shows up in the end. But there we go, look, just drop it on. Look at the deep richness of that colour in that dropper tube. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So as you drop the ink onto the resin, some of it absorbs down into the layer of the resin and it moves. And can you see how it's mixed with the yellow there? You've almost got like a little cell, like a cell formation forming there. Bit of causing texture. Now this is a colour of ink he didn't show you at the beginning because this was very much a last minute decision. This is a translucent white ink, which is for resin. And he's just dropping some on. Wanted to see what it would do. Is it going to create more cells? Is it going to make the colours a lot paler? Are we going to see some sort of reaction when it comes into contact with the other vibrant colours? Look at that. Can you see how it's... I love this. Now, also what he's doing here is he's just doing a bit of tidying up because you don't want lots of resin pooling by the opening part of your pot or your oil burner there. So this bit of the video has been sped up a little bit. Now, you're not seeing things. He did change the way that the cup turner was moving. So instead of turning so it's coming towards you, he then did it so it's going away from you. There we go. Look at that. Now he repeated the process with the dotting tool, and then he added more of the colour. He decided there wasn't enough colour, so he added some more of the ink. So that was the beautiful limoncello yellow, the raspberry beret, and obviously that lovely purple, and the other colour that he used, the reddy orangey colour. And then applied more of the white as well. Look at that. So you're getting a beautiful mix of colours. It's almost marbling. Reminds me very, very much of tree ring pours, if you've seen one of those in acrylic paint pouring, or not maybe. But yeah, so basically you keep going until you're happy with your design. But don't forget, this cup turner needs to keep going and needs to be left on to turn until the resin has cured. So that resin will keep moving, so the colours will keep evolving, they'll keep mixing. Look at that. So he's going back in again with the dotting tool, just dragging it through lightly. There we go. What he did find is that the base of the pot, he ended up with a banding of colour going round, which was very much oranges, yellows, and the purple mixes as well. Just change direction slightly there with the dotting tool, going from the bottom to the top rather than the top to the bottom. So if you've joined us today for today's video, hello to everybody who's watching. If you're a subscriber, hi to our subscribers. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, why not subscribe? It's free to do so. If you subscribe, you hit the notification all button, and YouTube should notify you as to when we upload new videos. Usually we do 3 times a week, currently only 2 times a week, on a Friday and a Sunday at 5 p.m. UK time, and that is just purely because we've got some house renovations going on and they're taking rather a long time to do. When that's all done dusted, we'll be back to doing 3 videos a week, so your additional video then will be on a Wednesday at 5 p.m. UK time. If you've joined us in the live chat, hi to everybody in the live chat. Hope you're enjoying this video. I absolutely love this. Here we go with a good close-up. Look at this. Have any of you watching this, whether you're a subscriber or not, whether you're in the live chat or not, have any of you tried this? What colours did you use? What kinds of resin did you use? Did you get these sorts of effects? Were you happy with your results? Are there any hints and tips that you can share with us in our community? But look at that. Can you see what I mean about the banding around the base there? I rather like that. That's very much almost like a marble type of thing. So once it completely cured, he left it overnight on the turner itself. He then, once he was happy, he took it off, he tied it up just around the opening edges there, and of course you now need to put on a top coat of resin to seal it all completely. Now what he did mention to me is he used Apex resin again, but it was their fast curing one, so it's literally touch dry within an hour and a half. And again, he only mixed up a very small amount. It's very thick again, and he's using his gloved hand just to pour it over a little bit at a time over the pot there. And he also made sure that he put a coat over the base of the pot. But I really love this. It's almost like, it's got a flame-like to it, you know, like flames from a real fire, I think, as well. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, as I said, bits of this video, we did have to speed up because, you know, you don't want to sit and watch him doing this for 5 minutes or so. There we go. Don't forget, take all the right precautions when you're using resin. Read the manufacturer's instructions, follow their advice. You know, you really, really must do that for your own sake, you know, and look after yourself and protect yourself. Because until this is completely cured, it does have a certain level of toxicity. So as usual, wear a respirator mask, wear your gloves, wear old clothes, wear sleeve protectors, apron if you've got them. Tie your hair back. Some people also wear goggles for eye protection if they've not got a full face respirator mask, and work in a well ventilated area. Look at that, shining the UV light on it. I'm totally unaware that the yellow would have that effect, but wow, what an effect. So just checking close up here, making sure that we've got a complete coating of the clear resin, the top coat there, and that you're completely happy with it. If you've got any little bubbles forming, which you shouldn't have, but if you have, then you can apply some alcohol spray, just spritz it. Look at that metallic of that raspberry colour, which is actually the purpley colour. Or you can just apply a long neck lighter, just to leave a little bit of heat to it, and it'll pop the bubbles. But obviously don't use alcohol if you're going to use heat. So this is the final clip. Look at that. Look at the shine. Look at the lovely play with the colours. Really giving a flame-like look to it. We did do this one in slow motion just to turn it round for you. Look at it, all that detail. Absolutely beautiful. We have got a little metal tray that just sits in the top there. Obviously to use it you can, because it's aquacast and it's not epoxy resin on the inside, you can use a real flame. So you can use a tea light, pop your tea light in, put your little tray in dish in the top, add in your wax melt, your essential oils, and away you go. Lovely. This would look fantastic in any room in your house, whether it's your home office, a studio, anywhere really. And of course, the world's your oyster regarding colours. So thanks for tuning in. There we are, a little bit more of that effect with the UV light on it. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.